morning, dear students. I am Vosiyeva SH, an English teacher of Bukhara State University, Natural Sciences of Department. Today we will start our lesson. Today our lesson's theme is Unit 2, What makes you happy? Lesson 2, Grammar, Past Simple Tense. Topic, Getting on with your neighbors. Today we will talk about our neighbors. First of all, starting our lesson, I would like to conduct you the past simple tense. We will start from the meaning and use, then form, structure, and then we will do some exercises according to our theme. Meaning and use. Okay, when do we use this tense, past simple tense? We use this tense in order to express an action or idea that started and finished in a specific time in the past tense. And what are some common time expressions used with this tense, with the past tense? Okay, for example, in 1980 or yesterday, 2 years ago, 2 hours ago, last time, okay, last week, last month. These time expressions help us to make this tense, to express the action which defined the past simple tense, the past action. Okay, you know that there are two types in this tense. It is irregular verb and regular verbs. Irregular verbs are verbs that don't end with ed. Some irregular verbs have a vowel change in the past tense. For example, simple form and the past tense of this form of these verbs. For example, become. It is the infinitive form, but became, it is the past form of this verb. Give. In the past tense, it will be gave. Drive. Draw. Forget. Forgot. Okay, other irregular verbs have a different kind of change. Examples. Teach, taught. Bring, brought. Leave, left. Hear, heard. Buy, bought. For example, Celia bought a new computer last weekend. Okay, dear students, for regular verbs, simple use the ed form of the verb in a positive sentence. When I was a child, I played the piano. You see this verb, students? That in order to make this verb in the past tense, we added the suffix ed. Donna visited Paris. Visit, it is the infinitive form of the verb, and visited, it is the past of this verb. For example, be careful with the spelling changed. Okay, for irregular verbs, use the correct past tense form in the positive sentences. Unfortunately, these forms must be memorized. Last week, I sent you a letter. The students had an English exam. They did a great job. For negative sentences, we use the auxiliary verbs did and the particle not. For example, did not, the abbreviation form of these, of did not, the didn't. Then comes verb base form, we can also say like this, base form or infinitive. I went to work yesterday. You see, students, that here we used the past form, but it is the irregular verb. And we will make this sentence the negative. We will change this sentence in the negative form. For example, I didn't go to work yesterday. When we use the did, we should also use the infinitive. Now, time to start topic. Get to know to your neighbor. Today's our theme, our topic, get to know to your neighbor. The objectives of the lesson is to develop students listening through watching video about neighborhoods, and to develop learners' vocabulary to talk about neighbors. Today I would like to provide you opportunities for meaningful interaction and language development through series of collaborative activities based on the theme. Okay, first of all, I would like to start this topic with the proverbs. Good fences make good neighbors. Okay, what does it mean? It means good neighbors respect one another's property. And in Uzbek English, in Uzbek language, we can also compare this proverb with the Uzbek proverb. For example, if your neighbor is in peace, you are in peace as well. This is Uzbek proverb. Okay, a good neighbor. Who is a good neighbor? A good neighbor is someone who is nice and approachable. That no one says you have to be best friends with the person as across the whole, but you should at least be able to smile and say hello to the person and receive some of friendly response, as opposed to glare or simply being ignored. In my opinion, a good neighbor will be those who are respectful, friendly, and helpful. Okay, the first quality that good neighbors should have to be respectful. We all live in a society and have to deal with many different kinds of people and in our daily life. But perhaps the people we deal with most closely are our neighbors. And that's because we meet them every day and we have a conversation, talk with them. And because they live right next to us. And any news, good or bad, is first shared with our neighbors. The advantages. The following are the advantages of having friendly relations with neighbors. First advantages is home protection. Healthy and friendly relations with neighbors can help protect our homes or our property. How to be a good neighbor? Okay, there are some types how to be a good neighbor. Introduce yourself. Once you have moved into your new place, make an effort to introduce yourself to your neighbors. Keep your place calm. Don't be very noisy or messy. Be considerate of neighbors. Only you should be able to have a good relation with your neighbors and be considerate. Obey parking laws. Keep noise down. Party responsible. With healthy and friendly relations with neighbors, it makes you to visit your neighbors very often and have a party tea party, for example. Handle problems maturely. Okay, today's our new words are satisfaction. What does it mean? The definition of this word: fulfillment of one's wishes, expectations, of needs, or the pleasure derived from this. Relationship: the way in which two or more people or things are connected, or the state of being connected. Remarkable: worthy of attention, striking. Opportunity: a time or set of circumstances that makes it possible to do something. And the last one, tea parties: a social gathering in the afternoon at which tea, cakes, and other light refreshments are served. Notify neighbors: let neighbors know when you will be away. When neighbors know you are away, they will not ignore unusual activity in your house. What makes a good neighbor? First of all, you should be cared of your neighbor. Then, offer your help to your neighbor. Friendly, doesn't disturb others. Sociable, and helps people who live near. Neighbors. A neighbor is a person who watches you from across the street. A neighbor is a person who lives next door to you. A neighbor is a person who helps you in times of need. A neighbor is a person who knows everything about you, but you don't know how. A neighbor is a person who keeps you awake at night and who feeds your cat while you are on holiday. What makes a good neighbor, dear students? Read the ideas and do you agree or disagree? A good neighbor is someone who always says hello, doesn't make too much noise, or I never see. Maybe you never see, maybe you see, maybe you live with such kind of neighbor. Minds his/her own business, invites me to parties, feels at home in my house, sometimes comes round for coffee. Now, let's do some activities related to our theme, our topic. Activity. Synonym match. You should match the synonyms of the following words. Get in the first column that there are written some words, and you should find the synonyms of these words. Okay, dear students, let's see the correct version. Get on well with. The synonym of this word: get along well with. Relation. The synonym of relation: interconnection. Seek. It is to find or to look for something. To look for. Apologize. Say sorry. Arguing. Quarreling. And the last one, dear students, behavior. It is conducted. Okay, dear students, I have prepared you some questions related to our listening, and you will listen to this tape in your home, in your house, independently, and I have prepared you some questions according to this tape. Let's see them. Answer the questions according to the tape 2.10. First question. where is Alfie's flat? Second, do Alfie and Mrs. Crumble speak to each other? Third, what does he wear? What doesn't he wear? Fourth, has he got a job? Fifth, what time does he go to bed? What time does he get up? The sixth, how many people are staying in Alfie's flat? Seventh, has he got a girlfriend? And where does she live? Eighth, why does he make such a noise? What's he doing now? And the last questions, what does Alfie think of Mrs. Crumble? Okay, dear students, I have prepared you a video and let's listen to this video.
Actually, extraordinarily high. The one person who demonstrated this to us, anyone else, is Jesus. He actually showed us what it looks like to love your neighbour as yourself, is to give up on the hard way.
You need to love yourself first. But I think unless we recognise that we are made in the image of God, and that each one is precious to God, because some of them the Lord Jesus died, then I think we need to be more selfless, more caring.
We have to love everyone regardless of race or culture or gender.
Being able to live at a space of awareness, of sensitivity, that tells us the truth of everything, is what it means to love our neighbor as ourselves. Because we are one, and we are one in Christ. This is what our religion reveals to us.
When it comes to loving my neighbour and putting them first, it's not easy, but it is God's command. And you find that when you follow God's commands, He blesses you for how you treat them.
I think for the parable of the Good Samaritan, that is, for me, the way to love my neighbor.
I think it's to show the way that you would like to be treated.
God was building a world where we all let go of looking after ourselves, but we're all looking after each other. That's a better place to be. It's a better place. It's a better community.
You can serve God by serving another person. You can't let God without that big person.
Very recently it's shown to me that everything else in life isn't important, other than the materialistic things, and that only love at the end of the day and love for God will help you through.
Okay, dear students, your home assignment will be to answer the questions. Do you get on well with your neighbors? Do you often visit them, or do they visit you? Do they have the same interests? Do you depend on them for anything? For example, to look after your plants or cat while you are away? Do you know any stories of bad neighbors? What's your idea of terrible neighbors? And what would you do if you have really noisy neighbors? Your homework will be to answer these questions. Okay, our lesson is over. Thank you for your attention.